Hi there, welcome to my next little series of videos. We're going racing. So, as you can imagine, I deal with all sorts of different people from all different disciplines of racing, rallying, circuit racing, sprint racing, all of those things. And racing's been an itch I'd like to have scratched many years ago, being honest. It's something that I'd like to have done the moment I passed my test, but I kind of always said I wouldn't do it until I can afford it. At least I'm old enough to be able to afford it. Now I'm older and I still can't afford it. So the way I see it is that the way things are going, we haven't got that much longer to enjoy a petrol soundtrack to racing. So deciding which racing we were going to do wasn't a particularly difficult question, to be fair. There were a few things that were important to me. I quite like the tussle. We track day quite a lot. I quite like the tussles that you get into a track day. Being able to do that under race conditions, I think would be exciting to me rather than just being on my own on the track. The other thing is I'd like to involve the family a bit. I quite like the whole experience of going to another racetrack every month, a different track, you know, travelling up to Silverstone for the weekend of racing, watching other people racing other different cars, and, you know, being able to watch that sort of next level up. I mean, we're only going to be at the very bottom, beginner's level, and I fully don't expect to be very successful for a minute, but just getting out there and having a good time is you know, it's something that's important to us. We're lucky we've already got like the van and the trailer, so we can drag whatever it is up to wherever it is, Silverstone or any of these places. I mean, but getting up to Silverstone in a race environment in our own race car would be just absolutely epic. So that's the deal. That's what we need to do. Swallows Racing, I've dealt with for a few years now. I say dealt with, they're kind of our pals now. We're all just friends. It's they're great guys, and having spoken to Tom on a number of occasions about racing, Tom goes out racing and does well at it. We were just chatting, and he came up with like a bit of a proposition, bit of a car that they had there that they let go for a sensible price for me to go racing. Long story short, it's a car that was on the register, so it's been categorised as a category C or whatever, how they categorise it these days. It's still legal and allowed on the road. They had it as a trade-in, not something they want to sell. They don't sell that sort of vehicle, so they've been using it for bits and pieces, and you know, it's quite a high-spec car, so they've been pulling bits and pieces off it as and when. So essentially, they've got this car they let go as a good price. So we ended up doing a deal. So I now have a racing car. I use the term racing car fairly loosely because we don't really have a racing car. What we do is have a non-running road car that needs to be converted into a racing car, which is kind of what these videos are about, really. So we plan on going out in 2022. We're planning on going out and racing with the Classic Touring Car Racing Club. We're aiming for, I don't think they're calling it a Jaguar Challenge because it's kind of moved, but that's irrelevant. We'll just call it the Jaguar Challenge now. So we're going to be aiming for like a Class C car, and we're going to be building it up, and that's what these videos are going to be, hopefully, following us build the car, and hopefully maybe even come round in the car with us for a couple of races, certainly on a test days, and you know, hopefully it'll be interesting and exciting. So the first thing, like, if you're watching these because you're sort of interested in where to start, the first thing to do is get this blue information packs from MS UK. I personally got mine from Castle Combe. They sent it down. They're my local racing track, and they do the ARDS test there. So you fill out an online form, get this pack sent to you. It's got all sorts of gumph and stuff that you can read. More importantly, it comes with a form you fill in, put in all your details. You have to go optician's appointment, get them to sign, say that you can see stuff. Go to the doctors, they'll sign to say that you're still alive and you could potentially sit in a racing car and not kill anybody or die doing it. So those two bits are genuinely easy. You then get to book an ARDS test. You'll go up to Combe for a day, or your local ARDS provider. as long as you can tell sort of green from green, reds and yellows, the flags are important, but essentially a day there, they'll do you a little test in the car and a little written test, and then you'll get issued with a competition license. So that part of it now is done. We are going to build a car that will hopefully pass scrutineering. I'm hoping to build it to quite a high level. Every racing car driver that I know says that you need to just concentrate on power, and brakes and suspension, all those things mean nothing. No, that's exactly the opposite of what they say. So what we're going to do, normally I'd concentrate on power. So this time we're going to build a car and we're going to concentrate quite a lot on just getting the chassis right, so that we can develop the car over the next few years, hopefully into something that's hopefully competitive. And a quick thanks to all the guys at Swallows, Tom especially, just giving us guidance, replying to my messages at 10 o'clock at night asking what do I need and where do I get this. But they are supplying us with a load of parts, all at great prices. It's not a plug particularly, but if you need anything for your Jag, those are the boys, real helpful. So the next piece of this video, hopefully you will see either Tom arriving with the car, because he's going to deliver it, bless him. It'll either arriving or me with it. So let's cut to that. Well, here she is. She's arrived. Boys at Swallows brought her round. It's a late model XKR. Really happy with it. It's needs a few bits and pieces, but the majority of it is, as I say, going to get pulled apart and pulled out anyway. So there's lots of bits and pieces on it which we're going to lose. The wheels and a few various bits and pieces. We've got the big brakes, so that's part of the reason of getting an XKR. Now obviously the rules, the regulations are going to be changing next year, as I've sort of stated already. So we don't really know whether we're going to be running with the XKR V8 supercharged engine at the moment, or an XK8 normally aspirated 8-cylinder. So either way, we're happy. So I guess the first thing we've got to do to this is literally gut it and strip it out and start preparing the old girl for some racing. So yeah, let's get her down into the shop and pull it to pieces. Right, yeah, we pulled the old girl into the workshop. So first job really is to strip the thing out completely. We're literally going to bin off everything, just gut the whole thing, get all the glass out, engine out, loom out, brakes off, all of it, absolutely all of it. Probably have PDM of some description in there, cluster, obviously got to think about some data logging around the track, so we'll have a GPS sensor somewhere. That's all the stuff I enjoy doing, as you can probably tell. Initially, just got to strip it right back, just absolutely every nut and bolt off the damn thing, and then move forward from there, I suppose. So I'm going to need some help for that. So in the morning, I've got the three little buggers coming in to help me. So next thing you'll see is a little time lapse of me and 3 small little me's pulling this thing to pieces. Right, so we've got a Jaguar specialist in now. Samuel, say hello.
Hi.
Hello. Right, Sammy, that's your tools.
Socket set.
That's it, you got a 1/4-inch socket set. Right then, you know what those are?
Yeah, spanners.
They are spanners. They are the 10mm spanners. The 10mm spanners are the workshop's Achilles heel. They go missing all the time, so you were in charge of those. Right then, you. There you go. And you have got, what's that? Sledgehammer, isn't it? Because you will definitely use that. Right then, let's take this car apart, shall we? All right then.
Yeah.
Right then, I think the first thing we need to get this interior around. So, which bit first? Oh, it's been.
Chairs?
Yeah, I think we'll take the chairs out, shall we?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Oh, it's warm over there.
Warm over there.
Yeah.
So you've got your hat on, haven't you? Right then, in you get. You getting in as well? Gonna need to get in, and we're gonna start pulling these seats apart. Is that big enough in there?
Wait, can I try that?
Yeah, that's it. You start unbolting stuff. I'll see you in a minute. ready. All of you will need to grab hold of it, I expect, because it'll be bloody heavy. Got it? Go on then. Nice bit more. You alright? Yeah. I'll hold that. Go on, that's it. Well done. Right, okay, just hold there. I'll let the back down, the gearbox.
Daddy,
That's me.
how's the red pet
It's dripping. That's fine. So we've got all the windows out, everything's like a bare shell, so I'm just going through now, heat gunning off all this sound deadening. When in Rome, right, she's a heavy old girl anyway, so any little bit I can do to help seems sensible and prudent, as exciting as that is. Well, there we go, that's like a savage couple of days, to be fair. I've stripped out the entirety of the loom, engine, gearbox is now gone, all the bumpers off, every nut and bolt from the interior, it's completely empty. I've hung the steering wheel back on just so that we can move it around. Next job really is to remove all the ABS, all the brake lines. We're going to make all new brakes, possibly go for pedal box. I haven't decided yet. We'll see how we get on. I've got an appointment with Uncle Spike. We're going to put a cage in this, so let's load it up on the trailer and pop down and see Uncle Spike. Hang on, Sammy's pulled the steering wheel. Put the steering wheel back on then. I'm glad I filmed that. Right. Here we go, unloaded at Uncle Spike's at his fab shop. There's this little Fiesta. I might even poke the camera in round there in the next episode and you can see what he's been doing with that. We do plan on doing a little series on that, don't we? But yeah, we'll probably forget. We'll probably forget, yeah. Anyway, this shape of this car is like growing on me more and more and more, Uncle Spike. I do like the shape of it. Anyway, like and subscribe. We'll see you all in the next video when we start to cut this about and weld some stuff into it.
Yay.
And we found a couple of rust spots.
Kisses.
Yeah, got to weld them up first. See you soon, guys.